Hello, and welcome to another episode of Snail Mail with Smokey. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Let me introduce today's special guest, once again, back by popular demand, Mrs. Smokey.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Smokey.
Hello.
So if you haven't guessed it yet, this is another episode of Snail Mail with Smokey, and Mrs. Smokey presents Snail Mail with Smokey's Fun with Stamps. Well, now, Mrs. Smokey,
Yeah.
I must say that you're looking a bit unusual for an episode where we're talking about stamps. So what's with the spectacles and the
Googly fingers.
Yes. What has made you feel so festive?
Well, you told me we were going to talk about quirky stamps, and I was going to dress the part.
No. I said we're going to talk about stamps made out of cork.
Cork and quirk. With your accent, they sound the same.
Well, thank you. Nonetheless, you've never looked better.
What does that mean?
Okay, moving on. Well, Mrs. Smokey, how much do you know about cork?
Quirk or cork?
Yep, I don't know. Because, like you said, I have an accent.
Well, cork, all I know is it pops out of a champagne bottle really quick.
Well, you might be surprised to know that cork comes from the bark of the cork oak tree. Not that kind of bark.
Oh.
It is renewable, it is recyclable, and it is also biodegradable. The cork oak is also an evergreen tree. Did you know that?
Evergreen tree. They have those at Christmas time.
That's right.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La.
Yes. You may also be interested to know that cork trees live between 150 and 250 years old, and that they grow up to be 65 feet tall.
Wow.
Once a cork tree matures, which takes about 25 years, then the bark is peeled from the tree about every 10 years.
Okay.
Yes. Once again, not that kind of bark. Cork has also been protected by kings and governors from the beginning of the nation of Portugal until present day. The cork oak has always enjoyed the protection of national legislation. The first references to cork and the cork oak appear in letters to King Dinas in the 13th century.
Dun dun dun.
However, cultivation of the cork oak forest as we know it today did not begin until the 19th century.
Okay.
Also, ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans used cork for several purposes, including buildings, insulation, and of course as stoppers for olive oil bottles.
But of course.
That was French.
Oui.
Archaeologists in France, it's like you knew what I was about to say,
Almost.
have uncovered wine ephemera with cork stoppers dating back to the 3rd century BC.
That's a fun word. BC.
And these bottles still had wine inside.
That's a good cork.
Yes, it is.
That is the master of all corks. Hail, cork master.
Master of the corks.
Master of the corks.
Different show.
Oh yeah, wrong show. Sorry.
Yes. When Portuguese and Spanish sailors set out to explore the world, they used cork oak in some of their ships' construction. There was...
That's good for buoyancy.
Indeed. When French monk Dom Perignon began producing wine, have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I heard he's pretty pricey.
He is pricey. But he was one of the first to use corks instead of the most commonly used wood to seal the bottles of wine from the monastery that he produced wine in the 1670s. So not long after that, Portugal became a center of the cork wine stopper production. And you may not know this, but it is said that one tree can produce enough cork for 4,000 bottles of wine.
That's a lot of vino.
It is a lot, yes.
What I'd like to ask, is there a point to all of this information?
Well, there is, and we're getting there.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. Cork is rough in appearance.
Just like you.
Yes, and also like me, very pleasant to the touch.
Oh, that's for a different show.
People tend to think of it only in terms of wine bottle stoppers.
Okay.
However, it possesses unique characteristics because it is impermeable to both light and gas. It is compressible and elastic, and it provides excellent insulation against temperature, sound, and vibration.
All of that.
Yes, it's also resistant to friction.
Bark. Bark, bark.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. It's also so flexible that it can be turned into shoe soles, cores for basketballs, cricket bats, flooring, and fashionable handbags.
Handbag.
Cork oak trees are found all over the Mediterranean region, but Portugal is the world's largest producer with over 32% of the world's trees found there and over 50% of the world's cork pop production. That translates into over 1.82 million acres of cork trees in Portugal.
That's a lot of bark.
Right. You asked if this had a point.
I did.
Let me share with you the point.
Please.
Okay. In 2007, the Portuguese post office issued a stunning and graceful stamp made entirely of cork. It is a self-adhesive stamp. This is Scott number 2971. The stamp measures 40 by 30.6 millimeters and has a face value of €1. It is a self-adhesive stamp, like I said, and is unique for a couple of reasons. First, it's the first time that a postage stamp has ever been printed on cork.
Cork.
Yes, cork.
Bark, bark.
Cork bark, yes.
Bark, bark.
Yes. And also, each stamp is unique because of the unique nature of each cork tree's bark.
Ah. So like a fingerprint. They're all different.
If fingerprints are barks of cork trees that are made into postage stamps, then yes.
You have a point.
Thank you. So because each stamp is unique, you can collect several of these stamps and never have one that is exactly identical to the other. The stamp's design shows a cork oak tree on a hillside, which highlights the cork grain pattern in each of the stamp. There were 230 stamps issued on November 28th, and the stamp immediately sold out. It's not just because of the uniqueness of the cork material that was used. People were also taken by the stamp's beautiful design. The stamp was unveiled at the Assembly of the Republic and was accompanied by first day covers and leaflets with the stamp attached as part of a stamp presentation pack that sold for €4.25. You can find these stamps for sale online through. What are you doing?
I'm just having fun.
Oh,
I'm being corky.
you mean quirky?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. As I was saying, you can find these stamps online for sale through HipStamp as well as eBay. Their value and their prices vary dramatically. So please be aware of listings for these stamps that have extremely overinflated asking prices. You should not be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these stamps. So what do you think about this stamp made from cork?
Bark, bark. It's unstoppable.
Indeed. Well, that seems like a good place to leave this episode of Snail Mail with Smokey and Mrs. Smokey presents Snail Mail with Smokey's Fun with Stamps. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked what you've seen or the corkiness, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave us a positive comment, and if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified when future episodes of Snail Mail with Smokey, as well as Fun with Stamps, are available to watch right here on YouTube. So until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye. I think that went very well.
I do too.
All right. Shall we say bye again?
Yeah.
Bye.